Hey guys, I'm Joey, and today we are taking a look at the 2020 Epiphone SG Muse. First, a very warm welcome to everybody, whether you're brand new to the channel or you're already a subscriber. If you have been here before, you know that on this channel we do all sorts of videos. Today is gear review day, but we do all kinds of things from reviews like this to backing tracks to guitar lessons to covers. So if that kind of stuff is things that you enjoy watching, you know the drill. Like and subscribe and tag into all the content that we're providing for people. Again, today we're doing a review on the 2020 Epiphone SG Muse. If you want to jump to a particular portion of the video, check the description box below. You will see clickable links and the whole episode laid out for you so that you know the different parts of the video and you can jump right to them. We're going to take just some first glances at the guitar itself. We're going to do some tone tests, some jams a little bit, and some final thoughts. You know, my recommendations and what I think about the guitar in general. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So as far as looking at the guitar itself, everybody's excited about the new 2020 Epiphone headstocks. Let's go ahead and start there. We've got the Kalamazoo shaped headstock, which I think is fantastic. I love that they blended old Epiphone with the whole Gibson thing. I think it's a nice compromise. I don't feel that Epiphone needs to carry the Gibson shaped headstock. Epiphone's its own brand. It was doing its own thing before Gibson made it its understudy. So even though the SG is a Gibson guitar, I think they blended, both companies pretty well here to kind of satisfy as many people as they can. Grover tuners with the keystone buttons, I think that's real classy and modern at the same time, and great tuning stability, with Grovers. The Epiphone website says you get a Graphtec nut with these guys, and I've been playing the guitar all week, doing as much as I can with it. I've not had any string hang-ups on the nut. Everything's been nice and smooth, good tuning stability, again, as I said. I'm very impressed with the whole headstock section and what they did here. Moving on down to the fretboard and the neck, we've got an Indian Laurel fretboard, which I don't know much about that particular wood myself, but, it's got the kind of look and feel of rosewood. I think it's all right. The neck shape, you're looking at the profile, is custom C. It's on the thin side, like an SG should be. I mean, it's not like an Ibanez Wizard, but it's not like 59 Les Paul either. So you got that, kind of standard SG neck shape. I didn't have any QC issues as far as frets go. No high frets or anything like that. I know some people had some problems with some of these 2020s, but playability-wise on this neck, I think it's great. I've not had any major problems with it. I will show you kind of a close-up shot here. Just something that's worthy of noting. It's a slight negative. I don't know if they dye these fretboards or tint them darker or what, but there's like some spillage onto the binding. Not everywhere, but in some spots. I'm going to try and wipe that off, really see if it comes off. But again, we're talking about a sub $500 guitar here. You can't really expect perfection, but it is something worth noting. It would have been nice if that was wiped off. Just my thoughts there. Standard for an SG, you got a 12-inch radius, 22 frets. It is marketed as a modern kind of take on an SG, so I'm surprised that you don't get 24 frets. But with the 22, you get that little plastic piece in between the neck humbucker and the fretboard. So I'm a fan of the 22 myself. That moves us down to the body where we really get to see the cool finish. I picked the green metallic one, but all of these Muse editions of Epiphone, I think they come with 7 different metallic colors, and they're all really, really cool. That, I think, is another plus to these models. They really went above and beyond as far as the paint jobs go. I picked the green one, A, because I'm not used to seeing green SGs. B, all the pictures I saw online were really different. Some light green, some dark green. Kind of wanted to see what it actually was. It's kind of the middle of the road, and I think the reason why the pictures are so varied is really lighting. I don't know if it's the metallic flake in the paint or what the story is, but really, depending on the style of lighting that you're in, whether you're outside or inside or this or that, the green does change hue, which is just kind of a cool feature. Just something different, and I think they did a good job as far as the paint goes. The humbuckers are, I got to check my notes here, Alnico Classic Pros. Epiphone makes these. You're looking at Alnico 5 magnets. They're evenly wound, and they're marketed as high output, modern sounding humbuckers. I think it's cool that they matched the aesthetics of the guitar with the voicing and the pickup. I like that they did that. That's another plus here. These are different pickups than the 61 versions of the 2020 SGs that Epiphone's making. That's Epiphone's Pro Buckers. The more of the PAF, Alnico 2, uneven wound. They're going for that whole vintage feel. I like that they're doing that. The aesthetic of the guitar is matching the pickup voicing. And again, with this one, you have a modern-looking SG. You're getting a more modern-voiced pickup. That moves us down to the control layout. Standard 2-volume and 2-tone, like you would expect, with a 3-way selector. The output jack has been moved to where it would be on a Les Paul, as opposed to on the top of the body. Why? I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. I'm used to seeing SGs with the jack on top. It's not a problem, but I'm not 100% sure why they did that. But again, small note there. As far as the tone pots go, you do have 3 push-pull pots. The 2 volumes are coil splits for each humbucker, and the tone pot for the tone pot for the neck pickup is the phase switch. If you pop that out, they're shooting for the whole Peter Greeny, in-betweeny, out of phase kind of sound. Personally, I don't think it nails it quite right. I was listening to some clips of Peter Green's 59 in that middle position, and it is sick sounding with that out of phase kind of tone. And if my research is correct, that was because of polarities on the magnets is what got him that sound. This is done via wiring, so I don't think it's 100% the same, but you may find a use for that tone. Personally, I could do without it on this guitar, but again, the whole modern take, you get versatility and different things there. Also, you're getting a treble bleed circuit in the volume pots. So as you roll the volume down, you're not losing the highs, the high frequencies. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Some people really love treble bleeds. Personally, I use my volume a lot actually to darken things up more so than actual level control. So for me, it would take some getting used to. This is the first guitar I've ever used with a treble bleed. But some people really, really love them. And I can see the usefulness in this. I mean, you could just easily dial it back, play rhythm, in the background while keeping the kind of tone that you want, and then pop the volume knob back up, play your solo, if that's the way that you like to play. So I think that kind of gets us through the whole visual aspects of things. Oh, one other note while we're on the volume and tone knobs. One of them was loose. That's actually the knob that is the tone knob for the bridge pickup. This guitar came to me brand new, and the knob was loose. It doesn't look like anything's broken or whatever, but it almost is like the knob was made slightly larger than the shaft. I'm going to put some tape on the shaft, try and tighten that up. Again, not a major issue for an under $500 guitar, but I mean, it came brand new, all wrapped up in the box. You kind of expect the knobs to fit the way they should. While I'm on the subject of purchasing this, I bought this brand new from Chicago Music Exchange for $430 plus tax. Just like anybody would. Nobody sent this to me. I'm not getting endorsed. I bought this with the intention of keeping it temporarily, to be honest with you. I wanted to try these out because I heard so much about the 2020 editions and the whole Muse version of the SG. And I also want to compare it to my Gibson 61 reissue, which I'm going to do. I'll make a video on that, ASAP. But yeah, just wanted to give them a temporary home, play around with it for a little while, see if I didn't already have another SG, would I keep this? And we'll get to that in a second, but I pretty much would. It's a good, solid guitar. But he's just staying with me temporarily until I pass him on to somebody else who's looking for an SG at a good discount that's not been played a whole lot and wants to give it a more permanent home. So that's the story there. We've got the whole aesthetics and the whole run-through of the whole guitar. Now let's enjoy some tone tests. All right. So as you can see through the whole explanation and the tone tests there, running through the switches, the pickup combinations, clean and with some gain there, at least you get a vibe for what the 2020 SG Muse is all about. As far as my final thoughts go, I think it's great. For $430, it's a great guitar. I would, if I didn't already have an SG, I would easily keep this and gig with it every single night. It's solid. I don't see any major problems with it. I would have loved to see some of those small issues tightened up just a little bit, a little more, kind of detail given to cleaning up the fretboard on the binding and making sure that the knob fit. But again, playability-wise, she holds tune, the pickups sound great, and it's a solid guitar. I would certainly recommend it. If this is something you're looking into, go for it. I mean, go get it and enjoy. Well, guys, that's pretty much the whole video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, tag into the channel. Comment below about your thoughts on Epiphone, the 2020s. If you got a Muse, tell me what you think about it too. And again, be on the lookout. Pretty soon you'll see the comparison between this and my 61 Gibson reissue. Until next time, guys, thanks so much and take care.